So this is a stoichiometry worksheet, just to give you some in-class practice. The first one is how many moles of water are made from the complete reaction of 1.4 moles of hydrogen gas. And the equation is given. I promised someone a pink day, so this will be pink, even though it clashes. So 1.4 moles of hydrogen. Can you see that okay? 1.4 moles? You just don't want pink. Booger. So 1.4 moles of hydrogen gas. And the question is how many moles of water? So over here, our question, how many moles of water? So this is a simple version of a stoichiometry problem. We've got moles of one substance, and we're asked to give moles of another substance. And so there's just one path. There's one step in the path. Our overall path is grams to moles to grams. And in this example, we are just doing the middle step. It's not always the full path. So we're just going from moles of one thing to moles of another. We're going from moles of hydrogen that we have a number for to moles of water that we don't have a number for. So we've got 1.4 moles of H2, and we're going to have one fraction, one conversion factor here, because there's only one arrow in our path. We're only doing this middle step. So moles of what we're starting with is moles of H2, and we're going to convert to moles of H2O. So moles of H2O go up here. And then we need the moles of H2 to cancel out, so moles of H2 go down there. Those guys are going to cancel out. If you have any questions, if you're not quite understanding, please ask. Okay? Because this is the simple middle part, and then we add on to the ends and make it more complicated. This is a mole ratio. It's moles of something and moles of another thing as a fraction, and a ratio are really the same thing. We need to know how many moles of water per how many moles of H2. And the numbers here come from this equation. The balanced chemical equation tells us 2 moles of hydrogen would produce 2 moles of water. And so there's 2 here and 2 there. You may say, well, that's dumb, that just cancels out. Yeah, it does. Sometimes it does that. Sometimes it doesn't. But you don't really know until you write it out. So this ends up just being 1.4 moles of H2O. Now on this worksheet, in order to get full credit, you have to show your work and include your units. So this is your answer. I would love it if you put a box around that. What's the minimum showing your work? That would be this here in the black box. For this problem, that is the minimum that you should write out to receive full credit. Any questions? Okay, so you guys work on 2 and 3, and then we'll check the answers.